on theStream.tv, so don't forget that hashtag RHOAAS. We got a special guest tonight. I'm one of your hosts, Channon Dade. I also have Miss Nadia Beddini to my left. And Miss Megan is not with us today, but never fear, we've got the one and only Sierra Carter. She's a model, she's a spokesperson, she's an entrepreneur, and she is a spokesperson for Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, which we were just grubbing down on right before y'all came.
Yes.
So good, the southern food of LA.
Yes.
Okay, we always get that on. And also Pitbull, she's a spokesperson for Pitbull, and she has her own signature collection line with the Sierra Carter Tomboy Chic collection by Poetic Justice.
And we are wearing.
Oh, yes, and we are wearing those. We're going to sport that throughout.
You guys look fabulous, by the way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, let's jump right into the show. First topic, was NeNe tripping or was she legit in walking out? What do you ladies think?
I felt she was probably a little overwhelmed by everybody, directing their energy towards her. But they all had legitimate arguments. I mean, but I also feel that it was a little immature. You're the one that called this in. Nobody asked you to, you sent out the evite to everybody. You text everybody to come.
Right.
And Dr. Jeff, you threatened Dr. Jeff? You threatened Dr. Jeff?
NeNe's bold, honey.
I thought she looked amazing, though, in her military hunter green.
Yes.
Which reminded me of the jeans. I was like, get it, girl. I love that color on you.
Showing off her curves.
Showing off the curves.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely crazy that she make up an event and then she can even handle it.
Yeah.
And she walks away. And the thing that made her really mad was that Kandi, that doesn't really have a problem with her, would say something. It's like, I already have Kenya. I already have people that have real issues with me.
Yeah.
You don't have any issue with me, so shut up. Like, stay there, eat your popcorn, and watch the show. But when you want to make an intervention, that's, I think, she was over it. She's like, I'm not going to argue with somebody that I don't even have a real relationship with.
I was disappointed that she left, but Porsha, surprisingly, was making some sense. And
She was the voice
case.
of reason throughout the whole
She
thing. I
was.
was completely impressed. I was going to give her a standing ovation, to be honest.
I always think it's good when you try and work it out, you know?
Yeah.
Definitely.
What is wrong? I mean, you claim to be such a good friend. Why you didn't get up and see if everything was okay?
I know, they all
Yes,
got getting up and
that was
running
his
after
first.
each other.
That was
Say
the argument
bye.
that she had before last week about not going and chasing after your friend.
Right.
It seemed your friend is okay. She didn't. She sat there
She
and was
was
eating her
eating.
food. She had her food. She had her food.
And then, come on, let's be real. Dr. Jav is not a magician. He's not gonna do magic. Like, these women have real deep issues, so don't get mad at him. He's not.
He's the mediator, yeah.
Yeah,
He doesn't have
out,
magical powers.
So what do you think about Kenya and Porsha's issues? Do you think they will ever come to terms? Hit the hashtag RHOAAS.
I think they might come to terms, but their issues go deeper. I mean, they're talking about childhood issues. I mean, I was completely taken back when Porsha mentioned suicide. She had thought about suicide. She used bullying with her husband. Everybody thinks about bullying. You think of kids in school. No, she was talking about her husband. She felt very bullied by.
Serious
And
issue.
I have to admit, my heartstrings, they were going. And I almost shed a tear. I really did. I was like, oh my God. And Kenya talked about her mother. I mean, that is a very, very touchy issue.
That is the core of her issues, which we all come to
Yeah,
understand.
it's really sad when somebody so close to you that you love so much hurts you, because, if it's a stranger, you get over it, but if it's somebody so close to you, you don't know how to take it.
Yeah.
And I think Porsha and Kenya will never resolve their issue, because when you go physical, you can't really go back.
You can't go back from
Yeah,
that.
You can't go
That's
back.
true.
But I think Dr. Jeff made a really good point that their issues are so deeper than the norm. And he also said, maybe you guys can argue, but not such in an ugly way. I thought that was a really good point.
Well, arguing and disagreeing are two different things.
Yes.
I mean, these women get physical with each other.
Yeah, they
you
do.
know, and they've gotten physical with each other.
And then, I mean, let's
Which
talk
is a
about
line.
Kenya's making this video. I thought it was a little TV.
Bye, girl. Bye.
Yeah.
Wait, which one? Which part?
I mean,
show, right?
The video for it
About
to say
NeNe.
to NeNe.
Oh,
Did you guys agree with that?
Oh, that
That
was
one.
so infomercially like.
right, that is so reality TV fake.
Yeah.
But the girl said it was
Staged.
about them apologizing. Do you think it was about them, Claudia, Kenya, and Cynthia apologizing and doing the video? It wasn't about what NeNe wanted. Do you think that
They
was
wanted
right?
to get it off their chest.
I think it's a girl-woman thing. Also, the fact that they stayed and they kept the therapy. It's like, it's not only about you, NeNe. It's
Yeah.
about growing.
Yeah.
And NeNe's like, why would they get mad at me? Because the way you say sorry is not, felt. You say, oh, I'm sorry. Not like, I'm sorry. Like, it's
You
a
have to really
different
mean
way.
it. You have to
Yeah.
really mean it.
You do. You do.
What you
Speaking
say
of which,
doesn't mean anything.
let's talk a little bit about NeNe. First, let's talk about, you ladies are all actresses. We're all actresses here. Can we give NeNe some advice on how to memorize a script? Sierra, you in particular,
Well.
you've just done 2 movies with
Yeah,
Cat
she
Williams
gets
and Vivica Fox,
Yes.
American Bad Boy, and what was the other one?
Dead end.
Dead End.
Yeah.
So what would be your advice to Miss NeNe on memorizing these lines?
Well, first I want to congratulate her on her role for Broadway and, Cinderella.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
Yes,
that's
absolutely.
major.
But I mean, I think she's doing a wonderful job. Basically, with acting, as long it's a muscle, so you have to just keep using that muscle, and it'll get easier and easier and easier.
Yeah.
It's true. I personally think that the best actors out there are not the best at memorizing, because otherwise you will be like a
robot.
genius if you want to be an actor, but you don't have to be like a great,
Everybody has their own
memorize.
method, but you gotta memorize them lines.
No, you do, and it's funny when you are. I did 5 plays in one. I did a matinee and an evening, and
5 different plays.
5 different plays one day, and I had to memorize 5 different scripts. These directors, she has a structured script. I had no structure. These directors and writers were coming and changing lines every 5
Yeah,
minutes.
they
So
will
that's
do
a
that.
hard thing. So I commend her on that. You're doing Broadway. That was written. You can't do improv with that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Okay, now since we're talking about NeNe, let's go back to her apology. NeNe kept saying, I've apologized over and over again. But what else is necessary for it to sit in with these ladies, do you think? What do you think is missing from NeNe in terms of giving a true apology so that they can really take it and move forward, if that's possible?
That's hard because
I think it's like the whole lifestyle needs to change. Like NeNe needs to get off the pedestal and just be real. Like it can only be an apology. It has to be the whole way she approach people that has to change.
Yeah, I agree with you. And she's changed so much.
we've seen her change. We've seen NeNe change every season.
Yeah.
She reinvents herself.
She reinvents herself, but like the wigs have been a topic of conversation for a while. But I find that she has changed. The money has changed her. People have changed around her, so she's reacted to that as well. And she's kind of like the main reason why the show is still going on. Everybody loves
Some people
NeNe.
would disagree with you on that.
I know. Listen, I know, but the thing is, that's the familiar face. Everybody still talks about NeNe.
She's an original,
So.
And the highest paid next to Bethany now, right?
Well, Bethany, I think, is under her. Hopefully,
Okay.
Bethany's under her.
I think, well, let's find out. If you know, hit that
If you
hashtag
know,
RHOAAS
Oh my God!
and let
yeah.
us know. All right, let's talk a little bit about Cynthia, Todd, Peter, and Kandi. Do you all think Kandi was the reason that NeNe actually left the therapy room? Like she set it off? I don't think she was the reason. I think it was the whole conglomeration.
I think
of things.
everybody having a comment and directing it towards her was what set her off to leave. Kandi was probably the one she expected it the least happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think she expected something else from Kandi because Kandi's been very quiet, and kind of non-confrontational with her. So I
Absolutely.
think that's probably she probably didn't expect that.
Do you think she set it off?
I think NeNe already knew she was not gonna take it. I mean, in the back of my mind, I think she probably did it for TV, just be part of the show. Yeah, just do something entertaining, but that she doesn't have, because like she said, she has 2 legs and a nice car. So.
A car that's drivable.
Dr. Jeff is very much in that circuit of reality TV. So he probably has some sort of deal with Bravo. And then NeNe said, I'll do it and NeNe, listen, everybody talks about NeNe. NeNe is running things over there on this show.
Definitely a businesswoman.
She's a businesswoman.
I noticed.
If she's going to do anything, she has to probably orchestrate what she's going to be doing in the scene. Now, threatening to take his license, NeNe, come on, girl.
She's a bit much.
That was a bit
dramatic.
much.
She's an actress.
Yeah, that was a bit
Yeah,
much.
I'm sorry, but we always have to consider that there is cameras there. So nothing is that spontaneous. Even the fact that Claudia wanted to continue the therapy, it's a little fishy to me. It's like she want to have a storyline.
No, can we talk about Porsha's plate of food?
Oh, I love that. I love
that. Was craft services there, okay?
Atlanta is so big on
comfortable.
food. Yeah, they're so big on food, and they always have food around their conversations, and I love that. She was not letting that play go, just like we weren't letting this Roscoe's chicken waffles go.
Right?
Oh, yeah, I guess
we was not letting it up.
That Barack Obama was on point.
All right, quickly, I want to ask you guys, do you think Kandi is right in saying that Phaedra should not be going to everybody else? That she has an issue with Kandi, she should be coming to her? I mean, it's kind of obvious, but Kandi hasn't been around to talk to her about it. Do you think Kandi has a point in that?
Well,
Sierra?
I think seeking out, other people's advice and opinions on a matter that you really don't have a clue about, you need some advice, I think that's okay. Now, as far as consulting with the whole village, maybe not, but yeah, I think it's okay, and of course everyone knows that when you have a problem with someone, you should definitely address that person and you two
right on
talk it out.
Yeah.
Right, but also if the person has a problem telling you and you like are a real friend, you will go how many times we went to our friend and say, hey, you have a problem with me? Like you're acting funny. Because sometimes you can be the bigger person and call them out.
And call them out on it.
Yeah, I do that all the time. I mean, I'm not waiting for somebody.
It doesn't have to be negative.
It doesn't have to go to negative. I think the problem is when you've spoken to the whole village, it becomes negative because it becomes a different story. Yeah. If they have this close friendship, talk to her and see, because by the time it went to NeNe, and then Kandi's feeling like some kind of way in her feelings about you talking to NeNe about our friendship when you were in my wedding. Like I have an issue with that. I have an issue with it too.
Gotcha. Point taken. Now let's talk about Sarah, Jakes, and Phaedra. What do you guys think about Phaedra talking about Apollo being a contradiction to her church life and her way of life? And
well, we know the preacher's daughter is always, the last one leaving the party. But I feel bad for them, honestly, because they have such a high standard that they have to follow. And me too, like in my family, I had to kind of keep it down because my mom is Muslim, so they have a lot of conservative. And when you have a conservative family, you can never be yourself, but you have to. Like it comes a point that you're like, I'm not gonna leave for my parents, I'm leaving for myself, and I do what I want.
Right. So you can see that perspective for Phaedra and her.
Yeah. So I admire Phaedra for going with her heart. There's nothing wrong with that.
All right. Really quickly, let's talk about Life Twirls On. Now, we already said if we would watch it. Let us hit that hashtag RHOAAS and let us know if you would watch it. Yeah, I thought it was a great read-through. It was great to see Leon and Cynthia working together again in this business perspective.
I thought it was a scam show. We even heard from Felicia Rashad talking really bad about Kenya and wanted to. I think Kenya wants to do it a little bit cheesy, like she's on a reality show, so it's not gonna be Broadway. But I'm glad to see that it's working, and it looks great.
Looks like she's moving forward. Shawn, you got some opinions on this.
Well, no, what the funny thing is that on social media, I forget this wonderful actress's name. She was the first Fresh Prince of Bel-Air's mom. Oh, and Viv. Well, the first Aunt Viv, she ripped the whole thing apart. Apparently she worked on this pilot and she said that they wanted her to sign like 8 million contracts, and it just was a whole big thing. Yeah. So I don't know if it's a scam or if it's a real show. I mean, I guess we'll know in the next couple of months, right? Maybe.
We shall see.
I don't think it's a scam. I think that she just tried to be a little shady. Like, she wants to play it on the reality show. She probably, doesn't want to pay that much. She doesn't want it to make a union.
Well, I don't mind. She's getting some pub, all right? Don't mind, Kenya. Do your thing. And she looks like she's moving forward. All right, quickly, let's talk about therapy with Claudia. I commend you, Claudia, for getting therapy and encouraging the other women to do so. You need to encourage them to get individual therapy more so than anything. Is good. And we know, especially in the Black community, we don't do therapy. No. And we should. We should more.
Everybody should.
Everybody
It's not a black or white thing or anything. If you
we are prone not to do it. Yeah. We are so against it so much. So what do you guys think about Claudia reaching out to Dr. Jeff for an individual session?
I thought that was great. I commend her on that. I think that's great. Yeah, she needs to.
You said something about that. What did you say?
I said something that I thought it was staged for camera.
Everything's staged.
It's staged, but
Nadia's like,
I'm glad, the housewife can always teach me new tricks, like being teabagged.
Okay. We won't talk about the tea bags.
Is this PG or
But we
what?
will talk about Kandi's other business, which is tags, which is really significant because, yes, they order Poetic Justice all the time. Poetic Justice jeans.
Yes.
And Sierra, you were saying, what's their biggest item that they always bring in?
the Maya camo, absolutely. This is a great.
There you
You
go,
see how
guys.
it fits her? I mean, all the women, like
I love
everything
it.
that I brought from the Sierra Carter Tomboy Chic collection by Poetic Justice Jeans, the women look so good in
They
it.
do.
They do.
And I can't keep saying this enough that it's for
Right.
all women. It's not a certain size or anything.
Right.
These jeans complement every single woman, and
All
as
the
you can
curves are
see,
in the
all
right
the
places.
curves,
Curves in the
exactly.
right
And
So
we
it's
want to
amazing.
quickly go to break, but guess what? We'll be right back with
Yes.
some more info
Yes.
for you, so you don't want to go anywhere. We'll see you in just a second, Peaches. See y'all later. Bye, girl. Bye, girl. Bye.
Just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live.
Just in case you missed it live.
Oh, just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live, I'm doing something right now.
So we're all super excited.
This is dancing. So what would that be, like a 7?
I cannot. I literally cannot. You guys have got to get it together.
Don't hate the player, don't hate the game. Hate the contract you didn't get.
He's a coward. He's a giant chicken shit.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's going to be like hurricane. Whoa.
Watch out for those girls. They are gagging them.
Hold the phone,
Hold on.
bro.
The more brutal you are, the more power you have.
Right.
That was sexy, it was hot, it was heated, I was into it.
You are going to be the most high-paid hooker in the world.
Go ahead and invite your friends and everybody. Tell your mama, tell them don't go ahead and turn the stove off and get up on the computer so we can get on theStream.tv.
Thank you again for joining us, and until next week, bye-bye.
Hey, Peaches, and we are back. Thank you for joining us and not going anywhere. We want to give some shout outs to our YouTubers. Jocelyn Polite is in the house with us tonight. And we want to find out, Jocelyn, are there any YouTubers that are active tonight? We got any YouTube questions at that?
Oh yeah, there are YouTubers that are very active tonight. People have opinions, and let me start off with Hattie Cole. She has an opinion. She feels like you guys are being kind of hard on NeNe, that NeNe should have left when the therapy session started to turn on her. And also Sheila Walton says that there is nothing like a great pair of jeans.
It's all about the jeans, honey. All about the Poetic Justice jeans. We want to give some shout outs to our other YouTubers who've been really active. We have a great problem here on the Real Housewives of Atlanta After Show.
Wow.
We have so many YouTubers, so many Twitterers. But
Yeah.
we want to give some shout outs to some of you guys who've been active. Candace Johnson, Mr. Henry 84, all the way from Denmark. And
Yes.
Spectacular Stella. We've got Myron Calabero, Caleb Cavalieri, and Jocelyn Clinton. We also have Marisol Pacheco and Andy Animator and Change to Be One. Thank you so much, guys. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're on theStream.tv. And if you're not, go to it and hit the subscribe button. All right, we want to hit up our first fan question. It's from one of our devoted fans, Quintessential.
Oh,
We love
Quintessential.
you.
Yes,
She's
darling.
Positive Energy at Quintessential. Her first question is, was Claudia boozing before the therapy session? You know what? Claudia was giving some looks throughout that therapy session.
Yeah.
I love her little look. She was like,
Low key.
Yeah, she was giving much love throughout the therapy session. And she likes wine.
Yeah, she likes wine, and they had craft services going on.
Oh, yeah,
so
you know
it
they
was
did.
definitely crafty going on. So, yeah.
All right, our second question, again, is from Positive Energy at Quintessential 2. Wait, so everyone must meet the approval of NeNe on the show? What?
Well, I have something to say about this.
Yes.
NeNe hate and
Oh,
stuff
God.
like that. All right. NeNe blocked me on Twitter. And I don't think I was ever that mean to her. And
You like NeNe,
Yeah, like honestly, NeNe, I don't know what that's about because you were kind of.
Yeah.
I've always been a fan, but I got very mad at her
if you
for the
can
last few
unblock
weeks.
me, you know.
Yeah, unblock me.
I like to stalk you sometimes.
That's it. All right, on that note, let's move to our final question, which is
We just have an opinion. It doesn't have to be right. It doesn't have to be right.
Drew W at Bow Cup of Drew. We love you, Drew.
Whoa.
He
Hey,
goes,
baby.
What the hell? What kind of Bride of Frankenstein wig is that, NeNe? You know what? I kind of liked the wig after I started looking at it. It was okay. It was that angle that they showed in the
That
previews
angle,
that was scary.
yeah.
But then after that, I was kind of liking the little curly waves.
I think NeNe she has
not
balls
feeling it.
sometimes to
I'm
wear.
feeling anybody who's able to step out and take a chance and be bold and beautiful. in their own
Absolutely.
skin. So,
Absolutely.
Go on, girl.
Own that wig like we own our curves.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Hey.
right.
That's
All right, let's get some Twitter shout followers. Shout outs. We saw him tonight, Brandon DeShazer at Brandon DeShazer. We love you. And Mr. Michael Alex. He's the host for Think Hero on Stream TV. Thank you so much.
right.
At JCharles_83 and at Ryan P. McGuffey, at Katie Q Funny, and at Ilirila and at Abiola TV. Thank you. And of course, I am Timothy Mike. He's a host on The Walking Dead of theStream.tv. Hey, Peaches, we want to thank our special guests here tonight. We've got Jocelyn Polite on the chat room, and of course, Sierra Carter. Thank you so much, Peaches. And we will talk to you next week. Hit that hashtag and chat with us throughout the day. And get your Poetic Justice jeans, Sierra Carter's collection. Bye, Peaches! Let's go! For more of the Real Housewives of Atlanta after show, just hit the subscribe button at theStream.tv.